Why did you choose to open a cafe?
You should have read these questions to me first.
Well,
Why did I choose to start a cafe?
yes.
I wanted to be in business for myself. I was tired of working dead-end jobs and always having your hands tied when you have a little 90-year-old lady that walks in and cannot eat a full order of spaghetti and wants a child's proportion, and you get told that you can't do that. That upset me. So I figured I could do better for my customers.
How did you get started opening a cafe?
I had a little lady come to me and beg me to take over because she did not want her customers not to have a cafe. And so I thought about it long and hard, and we sat down and talked, and I decided to take over. It was a lot of work. We had to revamp everything, get a menu, get the money saved to buy all the supplies, the inventory. It was a lot of hard work.
What all do you do at the cafe?
Well, with me being the owner of the cafe, I do pretty much everything. From ordering to being the handyman to dishwasher, cook, waitress, paperwork, dealing with the IRS, dealing with my accountant. Pretty much anything and everything that goes into a business, it's on me.
Did you have any schooling for being a business owner before you started the cafe?
No, I did not. I quit high school, which I do not recommend. Went and got my GED. And I used to build boats for a living. And then I became a waitress. And that is where the cafe come into play. Yes, I love to cook. I like to help people. I like to make a difference.
How do you deal with unruly customers who come into the cafe?
You try to reason with them. Sometimes that works. A lot of times it does not. Sometimes you have to just be forceful with them and tell them to get out. And if they don't leave, you call the cops.
What are some of the most interesting customers that you've had?
Oh, God. We have a guy that comes in. He is a 2-time cancer survivor. And his name is Bob. I'll just leave it at that. And you never know what he is going to pull off. I will be completely honest with you. I have had to yell at him. I've had to throw him out. I have had to pretty much sit on him to get him to be quiet. He just blurts whatever he wants to out of his mouth. He is the only customer that I've ever thrown my shoes at.
What has been the biggest issue in owning a cafe?
Time. You do not have time for anything. I am on the go from the time I wake up until the time I finally pass out. There is nights that I don't get done from going to Sam's or getting my paperwork done or any of that until 8, 9 o'clock, and then you get home, you get showers, you get the kids fed, bathed, and it's time for bed, and then you turn around and get right back up again.
If you could do anything over, what would you do differently?
Probably a bigger town. But I am grateful for the customers that I have. I love every single one of them. I moved from Ziegler to Royalton about 3 years ago. I do not regret it. The only thing that I do regret is leaving some of my customers behind, the ones that didn't have vehicles. So if I had to choose, I guess it would be, I wish I would have started in a bigger town.
What is the best meal you have ever made?
Well, I love my chicken pot pie. Everyone else seems to as well. I would say my meatloaf, which I make the meatloaf and it's gone within 20-30 minutes. I don't care if I cook 30 pounds, 50 pounds of hamburger. But to me, that is not my meatloaf, that is my mom's meatloaf.
On the other hand, what is the worst meal you have ever made?
The worst meal I've ever made? Well, when the kids was younger, I was trying to skip a step, and I bought a green bean casserole in a box. I took one bite of it and threw it away. The kids was very upset, so I just had to make it from scratch.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.